How does it feel to follow your soul truth, to be your greatest self? I'm Destin, living my soul journey through dance in every stage of life, through figure skating from age 5 to competitions everywhere, through writing, poetry, creating my dream book, following my intuition to be with you, to speak with inspiring soul leaders here, unlocking the keys to their journey and share tools you can take home. Welcome to Fatum, where we choose to be our greatest self. Hi, I'm Destin. I'm so glad you're here. Welcome to Fatum, a space to journey inward and upward to discover what it truly means to be our greatest and highest self with the help of inspiring soul leaders around the world. And let's be honest, don't we need this now more than ever? Today's guest is known as the Queen of Intuition, Sonia Choquette. Sonia is celebrated worldwide as an author, spiritual teacher, and intuitive guide who has devoted herself to teaching people to honor their spirit, trust their vibes, and live in the grace and glory of an extraordinary spirit-guided life. A fourth-generation intuitive guide, she began her public work at age 15 and spent over 45 years traveling the world, helping others lead confident and authentic lives with intuition as their guiding light. She's the author of 27 internationally best-selling books and audio programs on intuitive awakening, growth, and transformation, including the New York Times bestseller called The Answer is Simple. And her brand new book is out now called Soul Mastery, which features 22 divine laws to help us unlock our highest frequency and manifest our dreams. Before we dive into our conversation, can't wait to get to her, I want to share something from my own heart. Since writing is how I connect with my own soul, this poem grew from reflecting on my own intuition and connection to spirit. Here's a piece I wrote called Ode to My Spirit Guides. Invisible, visible, the living, my spirit guides, who walked the stones before me, drawn into my jugular and my psyche, an inscription deep into my solar plexus. I hear them, guiding my intuition through the bone and through vein, towards freedom and through hollows. They whisper where I falter. See what my eyes refuse, blindfolded by fantasy, by a glass half empty. Visions flare like color flooding an empty cup until my chest is full. It is we, through you we speak. Follow the signs, though the road may dissolve. Follow the signs etched in heart, infinite markers that see further. I see them in sun-bleached butterflies. I see them in numbers 1111, heel to toe, Vipassana. From soiled heart to radiant soul, I hear you, Derek. I hear you, Granny. I hear you, strangers, for whom I am your chosen one. To follow the soul truth is to follow the wavelength that lifts through the unlit to see with all our senses, but only if we are willing. Free will, our choice, our gift, it is our only enemy. Which brings me to the Queen of Intuition, Sonia Choquette. Thank you so much for being here. I'm so honored to have you here. Your gifts are a true blessing to the world to help us really connect to our higher self.
Well, I actually have to start by honoring your gift. That was a wonderful poem.
Oh, beautiful. Thank you.
And it really did acknowledge the way the guides connect with you. So thank you for sharing that. And it's a pleasure to be with you.
Thank you so much. I'd love to kind of just start off today with your work and kind of diving into your soul mission. you've got so many different modalities of healing, and it seems like your whole life has been pretty devoted to intuition and spirits. What would you say, just from the core, what is your soul calling in this life?
I knew who I was and what I came here for long time ago. I knew from the beginning. I never had a moment where I said, I wonder what I should be when I grow up. I always was here to help remind people that we are multidimensional, that we are spirit embodied, here to learn, here to help our soul grow and reconnect with spirit. And this was information and connection that's been greatly lost to the detriment of the world, to the detriment. So now, ever since COVID, people are recognizing the limitations of the logic brain, and that we've entered a realm of the unknown. So many institutions and so many social constructs that pretty much guaranteed we'd be okay, we'd be safe, are all out the window.
Yeah.
So it's exciting for me times, because these are the kinds of times that activate the inner knowing that I've been assuring people and teaching people to connect with for over 50 years.
Right.
So I think I've been waiting for these times. It's a lot more fun these days than when I was dismissed left and right.
Mm-hmm.
And I do feel, Einstein said, you cannot solve a problem from the same thinking that created it. So if you look at your own life and you look at the world conditions, you recognize that the logic or the strictly analytical brain and the focus on the outer world isn't giving us accurate or helpful information.
Right.
We have to go to the energetic world, the spirit, the heart, the acknowledgement that we affect each other energetically, and we are affected and influenced and supported by spirit. So if we change our paradigm, which means your point of view or your understanding of yourself, and you begin to acknowledge that, yeah, I actually have these feelings. I actually am sensing something. I just wasn't taught that it was valid. And now start recognizing that this is legitimate knowing, even if it's not logic or emotion based. It's energy based learning. It's energy based guidance. Now, right now, my own mission has evolved. And right now, the most important part of my mission is to help people understand that life right now is really tough. We're changing our whole understanding of who we are. We're going from physical, dense, ego-based beings to multidimensional, spiritual, magnificent beings. And that's not an easy journey. So we have tremendous waves of light beings coming to the planet, coming to us individually, helping us learn how to navigate as spiritual beings and how to recognize our spiritual language and experience and put it to use.
Speaking of thank you for that. I mean, it gives so much context to like the energy I think that we've all felt, and the huge transition this world has gone through from, like you said, COVID. And that's when I began my own writing journey. It's, we all just had to look inside ourselves for the first time. Truly, we were forced to. And it was really a catalyst for change and growth and healing. And some of us are faster along than others, but we really have to push through that energy to find our own inner light. And I kind of would love to get into your toolkit, or what I call, your daily practices, the tools that you have now to offer the world. I mean, you've written so many books already. You created a tribe. Your new book is called Soul Mastery. So how perfect is that? And the book offers 22 divine laws of creation. And can you talk a little bit about how these laws came to you and why now to share them?
Well, first of all, in a way, I'm a mechanic. I am teaching people that their operating system is not what they thought it was. And so my work has been very grounded in practicality, how to actually sense energy, discern between emotion, wishful thinking, uh, ego, interference, real true guidance, and how to recognize these different frequencies. And now, how to recognize the reason we're here is because this is school. And the school that the student of your school, that's enrolled in this school is your soul. Your soul is here to master its ability to create. And
So we're in Earth School right now, is what you're saying.
Absolutely.
So,
and the student is your soul.
Got it.
All of you enrolled in Earth School, and the curriculum is to learn to be a creative, empowered divine being versus a victim of circumstances, powerless and overwhelmed. So the 22 lessons are not my personal lessons. These are the laws of creation of the universe. They go back way to the mystery schools in Sumeria. They show up in Egypt. They show up in Western mysticism. But the guides that I've been working with for 20 years now, they're called the emissaries of the third ray, second octave of love. And the third, it's about changing consciousness, learning to understand and embody our ability to create. And the guides come to teach you that it's an organized process. It's not like shooting fish in a bowl, and it's not like just let's meditate or do a vision board. We have to awaken ourselves step by step. So these 22 laws are broken down into 3 groups of 7. The first group is to understand the context. The second group is to put them into action. And then the third group is to stay the course, to actually learn to stabilize these frequencies. And they are broken down into focus and belief and imagination and commitment and intuition and choice and surrendering the ego to the higher version of you, your higher self. You're the spirit of you. So the guides came and channeled the book, and I'm holding space. And in the book, I actually am a very interested student as well. Because I will always be a student. We never arrive.
Oh, yeah.
And that's the joy of life. As long as we're on earth, we're students. As long as we are embodied, we are students. And one of the things they point out, which I love that you ask the question still, is the guides that wrote the book through me say that everybody is either in one of 4 phases of learning, and it's a spiral. So you're a student, which means this is new information. So maybe you're listening to this, you go, this is new information. I'm interested, but I don't know anything about it. The next phase is apprentice, which is, okay, I'm going to follow a few teachers because that speaks to me. And I will learn through their books. I'll learn through their podcasts. I'll learn through their online courses, and I'll work side by side. The next phase is journeyman. And journeyman is when you say, okay, I've learned it. I've learned some. Now I'm going to go practice myself and make that my own.
Oh, yeah.
And if I do that enough, I reach levels of mastery. I no longer think about it. It becomes automatic. So the interesting thing is that we are all students, apprentice, journeymans, and masters in these lessons. So they spell out the lessons, and you look at them and you think, well, am I a student? Have I ever heard this before? Or, oh, I know that one. I'm using that one.
Right. And so speaking of journey, your journey here, I read you began at age 15, right? That was your first
Younger, actually. 15 is when I started teaching.
Okay.
I grew up in a family where we were, the benefit is I never knew there wasn't something besides the way I lived life.
Right.
We always we centered around my mom. We were very intuitive. We talked to angels and guides as if we were talking to each other right now. And It was always part of my world. So when I went to school at 6 or 7, I was shocked that what was so obvious to me wasn't shared by everyone. I thought, how do you get by?
Right.
How do you live in this world safely if you don't have your guides and you don't have your inner guide, your inner compass? It just seemed frightening to me.
Right. And the concept of guides that you can't see is something that's really hard to wrap your head around. And unless you have someone kind of guiding you along the way and how to feel that for yourself.
Yes. And for me, there are certain schools there's certain arenas that'll give you a little bit of a bridge. I grew up in a Catholic experience. So we have our angels, we have our saints, we have our dearly beloved departed ones. So there was some bridge, but we didn't have the feeling that they were personally involved with you.
Mm-hmm.
But in my world, they were always personally involved and very devoted to helping. So that's when I decided very early, I've got to teach people this.
Right.
Life is too crazy. You can't function with any sort of confidence without this.
You're jogging my memory personally because, growing up around church and being told, oh, you need someone else to connect to spirit. And I'm like, no, I have my own connection. Like, I don't need anyone else. This is weird. Like,
that's your natural self.
Go straight to the source. We don't need like the middleman.
So I did start my first class. I was actually I was just a little over 12. And it was a woman I had actually done some intuitive psychic readings for. She had a brother who was a truck driver who came in and out of Denver where I lived at the time. And he brought his mistress. And I was introduced to her as his mistress. And I remember thinking, oh, that's a nice way to say my girlfriend. I did not know what mistress meant. It was that how young and innocent I was. They came very diligently for months and months. And I taught them how to connect with their guides, how to listen to their spirit. It was the most rewarding thing. And that was it for me.
And you were so young. That's amazing. And now you've created what you call the Good Vibes Tribe. Which is a huge community of people all around the world. And you do a lot in terms of courses and resources to help others, from balancing chakras to the power of forgiveness to strengthening our spirit. And so it sounds like you took that one seed of experience and you're now spreading it so wide.
Well, the thing is, I grew up in a large family. And always had community around my intuition. If I had a vibe, my mom would agree, or my brothers or sisters would say, go for it. So I realized people who struggled the most with listening to their inner guidance had no support.
Right.
So that's the motivation. It's the intuitive family that you need to build your confidence. And it's a wonderful community. And it's a safe place to get practice using your intuition without feeling threatened or at risk of being embarrassed or challenged. And it's where you can build your confidence and your clarity about what is actually vibes and what isn't. But I also teach people on the Good Vibe Tribe how to be creative, which is what the Divine Mastery book, the Soul Mastery book is about, is you're here to create. So let's learn how to do this well.
And creating isn't just drawing. It's creating your life, your dream life.
Creating every element of your life, your health, your body, your relationships, your home, your experiences, your purpose, your meaning.
With that said, I'd love to kind of segue into our final segment we call Healing Minutes, a gift from Sonia to all of us. Were you thinking of leading us through a short guided meditation?
What I'd like to do is lead you through a few step process that helps you actually feel your guidance. So the first thing I want you to do is, with eyes open, I want you to look in front of you and notice something beautiful. The reason for that is when you look for beauty, you go to your heart. Your ego looks for trouble, but your heart seeks beauty. So once you find something beautiful, I want you to breathe in through the nose, all the way in, and then pause. And then I want you to pull your belly to your spine and exhale with your tongue on the roof of your mouth. Exhale and put in your mind, I'm going to empty the noise, the emotions, and the outer world. Exhale. Let's do that one more time. Breathe in through the nose. Eyes open and pause. Set your intention that I'm going to empty. Exhale, belly to spine. And pause. Now we're going to connect first to the spirit of the earth. And I want you to imagine breathing from the earth into your heart. Breathing up. And you'll notice your ribs open when you do that, and pause. Now I want you to breathe again. Take a second inhale and imagine you're breathing all the way to the crown. And now I want you to open your jaw until you feel a little click in your ear. You'll feel it in your throat, your chest, and your heart. And then slide into your heart. And smile. And that just brings you into higher frequency. It quiets your mind. And then ask with hand on heart, close your eyes, and ask your spirit, what are you communicating that I haven't acknowledged? What would you like to be aware of that I haven't noticed? What is my spirit suggesting or offering to make my life easier? And with eyes closed, simply say the first thing that comes out of your mouth. Don't let it go up to your head. Keep the jaw open. And don't even need to make it make sense. When that's done, I want you to just sit and feel the energy. Don't ask yourself if that's right or wrong. Ask yourself, does this feel vibrationally and energetically true for me? Does this feel like it's something that resonates in my heart and belly? And how do I feel that I've said so? And then I want you to know that you have a choice. You don't have to listen, but consider it, because this is how close your intuition and guidance is. It's a breath away. All you have to do is empty the noise, slide into the heart. When you smile, you open the curtains of the heart and raise your vibration to spirit. And then with the mind quiet, you can hear the frequency. You can sense the energy of your heart, and it will guide you very quickly by making yourself available. So that's just a quick tool, and I call that tool creating room to breathe.
Thank you so much. Beautiful. And you personally, is this what you do every morning? What is your morning routine like?
My first morning, I always first wake up, and the first thing I say every morning is, Divine Spirit in me, move me in the direction of my highest good and the highest path of service this day. That's so I claim that to be the compass that moves me. Then I meditate for 30 minutes, because that helps me connect to my spirit and stay anchored in a high vibration. Then I like to work 15 to 20 minutes doing a little bit of movement to bring my spirit into the body, because to move, you have to have your spirit in your body. If your spirit's not in your body, you can't move. And then I, over a cup of coffee or tea, depending on my mood that day, I will say out loud 10 things I'm grateful for, because that anchors me in high vibration. And then I look forward and I think of my day and I consider it, and I ask my guides to help me in this, this, and this. For example, I asked them to help me today with this, to make sure that technology goes well, that we will connect.
Same.
And they helped for sure.
Right. By the way, everyone at home, I got on this screen an hour early. I just felt the need to. I really don't know why. I think just to see how this shirt looked on the screen. And when I got on the screen, Sonia was there an hour early.
An hour early.
And we were like, oh my gosh, what are you doing? Yeah. She's like, oh, I thought it was a time. I'm like, no, we're an hour early. And so I'm like, okay, let's start now. I'm glad that I caught you. Otherwise, like, we would have missed each other.
I would have thought maybe something happened. No, isn't this just the most wonderful demonstration of how your intuition and guidance, if you're open and in your heart, you tend to be in what we call right place, right time, and things fall together. So it was a perfect example for us to start this way, and it was really fun. By the way, living in spirit is really fun.
Oh, yeah, it's a blast. It's almost like humans who? No, just kidding.
Right.
I thank you so much for being here. You're such a blessing. I'm excited to dive into soul mastery and get acquainted with your Good Vibes tribe and all that that has to offer. Be sure to visit Sonia's website. I will put it at the bottom of the screen, SoniaChoquette.com, as well as your Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok. You have a lot to offer. I love going on your website and clicking the like card of the day thing too. It's so fun. And remember to everyone at home, your path is sacred. Stay true. Stay you. I'm Destin. This is Fatum. Until next time, thank you. Thank you for watching Fatum, where we trust our intuition and be our greatest self. Continue the journey with me on YouTube at Fatum Poetry by Destin and at fatumpoetry.com.